guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be really exciting. It's like an OG type video that I think a lot of you guys subscribe to my channel for. It is basically going to be a how to set yourself up for a successful school year. This video is also sponsored by HP. They actually sent me this Spectre laptop/tablet. I was able to play with this for the last month and try it out, and it genuinely has great features that would work so well in a college setting. So if you are in the market for a new laptop, definitely check out the description box because there is a link to this laptop. I legitimately filmed this whole thing already like 5 hours ago. It was honestly like one of the best sit down talking videos that I filmed, I think. And I checked it over right after I filmed it, and it filmed entirely in slow motion. So I just have literally 2 hours of my face. So if the sun goes down and the lighting gets all weird, I'm really sorry. I am as upset as you are. So the tips and tricks that I'm including are pretty much just things that I've discovered within the last 4 years of college that have helped my life, especially my academic life. And I'm starting off with podcasts because I do listen to them in the morning when I'm getting ready, but I also just feel like podcasts have opened up kind of a whole new world to me. There's that quote that's like, you are the 5 closest people you surround yourself with. You could literally pick and choose and curate basically this group of people that you're surrounding yourself with that you might not ever otherwise be able to even have access to or even a conversation with. So I personally started listening to podcasts like 2 years ago, and I would listen to like the really popular ones like How I Built This and Tim Ferriss and like the very businessy like entrepreneurship ones because that's just like what I'm interested in. So I use this either to learn from like people who are the best at what they do or just to learn about new things that I would never even think to explore. But yeah, I just think that they're an amazing opportunity to learn and just consume more information, all within the comfort of your home and in your device. Okay, so this next thing is kind of like I've heard this from my mom type thing, like I know that I shouldn't be doing this, and that is just not carrying too much stuff in your backpack. This is like a super simple thing, but trust me, like I am now starting to like develop back problems, and I think it's a combination of things. Like I think it's probably my bed and my workouts, but I also am someone who just carries way too much weight on my back. When I went to campus or when I'm going to work, I want everything that I could ever possibly think I might need. So I'm like, oh, like I might have some downtime. Should I bring my book? I'll bring my computer, my vlog camera, my pencil bag, everything. It's just really not healthy for your back. That's actually something that I really liked about the Spectre is that it's legitimately so light. So if you're looking for a computer, I would seriously consider the size of your computer because this is something that you will take to every single one of your college classes. You will have on you all the time. It's just something that you really don't think about, but makes a huge difference. Also something that kind of seems a little intuitive and maybe obvious, but it's something that I have not seen a lot of my friends put into practice, and that is putting all of your electronic devices to do not disturb or some other function that helps you kind of just make sure that you're not getting an influx of notifications. Every time you like receive a distraction from like a notification, not only are you taking your focus off of what you were doing at that time, but it also takes time to switch tasks. I personally don't have my Instagram notifications on. Like I don't even know when my mom or sister likes my photos, but it's not really something that I need to know. And I feel like I have a pretty healthy relationship with my phone now where I didn't always in the past, and it's because I don't allow my phone to call to me. With doing this, I have the autonomy to like kind of dictate when I want to be using my phone, not the other way around. So definitely learning how to turn these kind of functions off on your device is super helpful. It's a great first step in kind of just toning down distractions while you're supposed to be focused, and just, I think, for a better quality of life overall. So this next thing that I'm going to talk about is kind of a purchase or purchases for productivity and just my work life in general, and that is a good pair of noise-canceling headphones and or earplugs. I am someone who needs kind of dead silence in order to focus, and noise-canceling headphones as well as just like basic earplugs have allowed me to create this very quiet environment anywhere that I go. The earplugs are actually something that I even started wearing in my tests because someone like tapping like their pencil on the table would just irritate endlessly and I wouldn't be able to focus. So what I started doing was I would like roll up the earplug and like put it in one ear and then put my hair down, which is so weird. But that was actually something that was so helpful to me. I was really able to concentrate a lot better. Okay, so this next thing, also something that I didn't discover until I think my senior year of college. A lot of times your professors or just your classes require readings. Oftentimes the online textbook versions are a lot cheaper than getting a physical copy. And so if you have a textbook that is in a PDF file where you can actually like copy or like interact with the text, it's not just a picture of the text, you can have your computer read it aloud to you. This past semester I had classes where I actually had to read the textbook and I would be reading the same paragraph like over and over 5 times and I was like, am I reading the same paragraph over? I can't even tell. So after my sister told me that she just had her computer read aloud to her just because she didn't like reading, I was like, that's actually a genius idea. So I started having my computer read aloud to me while I followed along. This not only helped me actually focus on what I was reading, it helped me also retain the information and read it a million times faster than I would have on my own just by reading the screen, or I probably wouldn't have even finished the readings. So this has been something that has been so helpful for me to know and actually getting all the material that I needed to read read. So the next tip that I have is to incorporate creativity in your everyday life. In my last semester of college, I took a creativity workshop class. One of my friends here on YouTube, actually, Catherine, recommended it to me. This class actually had a bigger impact, I think, on my life than I can even articulate. It's still kind of new to me. I feel like I will probably have a lot of people watching this who might think like, oh, I've never really been a creative person, so I'm just not really gonna listen to this tip. I was the same way. Growing up, my sister was always very artistic. She's very good at drawing, super artsy, and I could just never create anything that looked good. And I never really considered myself a creative person until I started doing YouTube. And this is a very creative outlet for me, and I do consider myself to be a very creative person now. In this class, I kind of learned concepts that I think have helped me so much, but also tools, like actionable tools that not only help me creatively, but just help my stress and anxiety levels a lot. So I'm gonna share like one of them. The one tool that I have been incorporating into my life are what Julia Cameron calls morning pages. And I've actually heard this being used like in other like worlds that are very like not related to creativity, like startup-y world. So I think it's helpful outside of just like seeing it as a creative thing. Essentially, the morning pages is a counter to what she called a censor with a capital C. And your censor is kind of your inner talk that prevents you from doing things. So for me, it would be like my censor is like telling me this is a stupid idea, no one's gonna watch this video, like whatever it may be. To help you with getting past this, she suggests writing morning pages. And all this is you writing stream of consciousness in a journal, 3 pages or 20 minutes or whatever you have time for, really. The idea is that whatever is kind of top of mind for you, whatever your censor is telling you, you'll naturally kind of like word vomit out so that when you do go to do whatever creative thing, you'll have already kind of pushed your censor away and all of these things that were really occupying your mind. So it doesn't like really sound like a lot and it doesn't sound like it would be that helpful, but this is something that I've been doing, especially like after my breakup. I had like a lot of feelings that I just didn't really know, like I didn't really know what was going on in my own head. So this is something that has really helped me kind of get a better understanding of who I am and just kind of my own thoughts. And this is also something that I do especially when I'm stressed out. For me, it's like hard for me to deal with emotions. I'm very internal about it. So being able to write it all out and just having an outlet is super helpful and has honestly been one of the best methods of stress relieving for me. So highly recommend if you have not tried this. And there are studies that show like engaging in creative activities like this increases your quality of life and mental well-being and just overall happiness. So this last thing is also something that I think I've mentioned in a video or two, but is something that has drastically improved my ability to set long-term goals and stick with them. and that is the Seinfeld method. Apparently Jerry Seinfeld like wanted to write every day for some amount of time. So every day when he wrote, he would mark a red X on a calendar, on a monthly calendar. And the idea was to not break the chain. You can do the Seinfeld method with literally any long-term goal that you have, or if you want to make a habit out of something. Last year, I was working full-time and I had a desk job and I was sitting a lot and I was not exercising. But if you went up to me and asked me like, how often do you exercise? I would just be like, oh, probably like 2 to 3 times a week. And once I started really keeping track of this, I realized that there was one month where I literally exercised once, which is just kind of unacceptable for me in my life and what I want for my life. And so I started tracking exactly how much I was working out. I was honestly just so surprised because I thought I worked out so frequently when in reality I did not. But it was really important for me to realize that because then I was able to actually start working out. And doing the Seinfeld method is really helpful because it's just facts, like plain facts. So this has been something that has helped me immensely with getting on track with working out. It can help even with other long-term goals, but just doing something every day can really lead to huge results versus just not starting. It's like that quote, a year from now you'll wish you have started today. It's so true though. Those are my pretty much best tips and tricks that I have accumulated or gained over the last 4 years that I was at USC. They're honestly things that have really helped and benefited me in my life. And so I'm hoping that you might find like even 1 or 2 things that are helpful to you and that you can adopt in your own life. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you again to HP for sponsoring this video. Definitely be sure to check out the link below and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!